So this is a test on a male model with correct proportions. This was downloaded on Turbo Squid, male mesh here. Let's see, it looks relatively accurate. I'm going to go ahead and ring them up. I'll start by launching the BZP Pro Smart Skinner biped, and the tool is launched, just as you've seen before. I'm going to kind of go through this relatively quickly. I'll create the scale node and execute the sketch skeleton, and then I'll just kind of come through and kind of get him in the proper proportions. I'll just kind of sketch this down a little bit, down to about 0.7. That's about right. Just come through and just kind of move this around so it's in the right area. So I'm moving this around right now, moving the legs around. Moving this down and getting this in the proper spot. I'll take this and actually rotate this in. Again, only using the channels that are actually unlocked. Rotate it down a little bit more. Rotate this back. Rotate this up. Okay, then rotate this back. Scale this up. Rotate this into the proper spot. Get the neck done first. And this is something that you might see like on a character without a lot of armor or something, like a Spider-Man or something along those lines. It's a tight skin body. You could of course add accessories to when you're done setting it up. And the most tedious part of setting up this process is getting the joints into the proper place. But that's a necessity that probably shouldn't be automated. Set this up. He's got a pretty muscular build. one that I imagine would look pretty good in full gear if need be. Okay. And you can use the rotations, manually type them in if you want to. I'm not doing that, I'm doing it all manually. And this sketch skeleton actually saves a ton of time as well. And like I said, he's got a pretty good build. This is ideally what you want for a build of a character. One that I assume would probably even be used in a production that could be used straight for commercial use. And you can see I'm just kind of lining these fingers up. This is the most tedious part of the production pipeline, but you'll see how fast you can actually get something done relatively quickly. And when completed will be the level of George Lucas. So whether it be you want to do something like a movie, a video game, or even a Britney Spears video, working with Spielberg, Britney, or people at EA, you should be able to get this done relatively quickly. The fingers are actually the most tedious part, but again, this would save hours upon hours of time. And this really shouldn't be automated. This portion right here, you, the technical director or digital artist, should actually be the one to do this. But when you get it to about that level, it looks, I don't know, hit the thumb a little bit more. Relatively good enough. Once you have that done, hit 3A, mirrors, hit 4, locks the skeleton into place, drop down B, hit 5, creates the leaf joints, button 6, finalizes, drop down C. Any excess joints you don't want, I don't want hamstrings or biceps or pecs or lats, I don't really need those. You can have them in there if you want to, but I'll click 4, 4, select the mesh, hit button 7, it does a bind, so it's actually bound to it, and come through and select film or next gen or mobile. I select film next gen, hit 8A, browse to where your Skinner file is located, little slow. Once that's done, you have your scene. You can actually come through and actually use the universal scaler to scale him up a little bit. Get a little more tighter in there, then actually come through and begin to take these controls and actually get them more into the proper location. And again, this is still a tedious task, but the actual process of rigging and skinning takes so long that this is saving you hours of work. Slide that over a little bit. The groin, I'm going to slide this up. There'll be a little bit of cleaning weight up, but not much. This guy. Scale him out. Take these guys right here. Maybe you want to come through and actually translate these up a little bit. Take this and actually scale it up a little bit. Scale that out. Scale that out. And you might need a little bit of cleanup after this, but it's minimal. And we'll have a little bit of fun. We'll move around, pose them a little bit. Just kind of scale this so it's in the cage. It's good enough. Maybe take this and actually scale this up a little bit. It's kind of caged in there. Then when you come through, hit 8B. Let me see the feet. Okay, let me take these feet and then actually move these out a little bit. This is a very advanced technical direction piece for an advanced end result at the level of industrial light and magic. And I'll come through and kind of scale these up a little bit. I was actually on the steering committee of Lucasfilm years back and worked on key projects. I was steering committee for best practices, and I was also an executive trainee helping set direction for the company, and featured in 3D Artist magazine. So these are techniques and results that will get you where you need to be at the level that pretty much out of the box you can use for major production. Hit 8B, transfers the weights. Hit 8C on references. Now I have a clean mesh. Kind of take this guy and move him around. See, it's clean. Looks great. Moving around. This is saving tons of hours upon hours of time. Pump these guys out relatively quickly, whether it be you have a client that is either George Lucas, or if you're working with a musician or Britney or whoever, you can pretty much pump this out pretty quick. It might be a little bit of cleanup here and there, depending on how you actually set this up. Yeah, Probably require about 5 minutes to clean up. But all in all, looks great. Once that's done, and this skeleton is actually the Autodesk naming conventions. You can see it's actually named left shoulder. It's in 2 different layers, animation layer and driver layer. When that's done, drop down D with a push of a button. You generate the entire control rig. Button below it, make it cartoony. Drop down E. Generate your facial GUI to set up blend shapes. You're controlling the twist joints, controlling everything. So take this guy and actually move him around. And you can see you're getting a Lucas level quality, Lucas EA Sports 2K DreamWorks Outreach, based on experience level, in a matter of seconds, minutes really. And anything that you want to do to add to this, you can. This is pre-muscle sim. Moves around, looks great. So with that, I will finish this tutorial, and please enjoy rigging at BZP Pro, and we are looking forward to working with you. This is automated about 110 hours of work into a matter of minutes. Thank you for your time.